Twice a day. We're all happy.
It's a good day.
Call the city council meeting to order Monday, February 23rd. Please rise and join me in the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated.
Councilmember White. Here. Councilmember Freeberg.
Excused.
Councilmember Fairley.
Here.
Councilmember Parker. Present. Councilmember Thomas.
Here. I make a motion to excuse Councilmember Jennifer.
I second the motion.
Have a motion and a second to excuse Councilmember Freeberg. Any questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Pass. I have a presentation tonight by Mr. John Algona, Public Works Director.
Mr. Mayor, we were having some troubles with the AV system.
Okay.
So I would like to do this at the next council meeting,
Okay.
preferably in a workshop, because I would like to discuss some other things for water pipe replacement.
Okay. So we'll move on and we'll schedule that for next meeting.
Make a motion we approve the agenda.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the agenda. Are there any questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay.
Make a motion we approve the consent agenda. I'll second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda. Did everybody have a look at it?
Yes.
Is there any questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Passed. Reports, Mr. White?
I just want to say that I went to the Super Bowl and it was great, and I'm getting back and safely in. That's all.
I will tell you that I get to be at the VNAP all day tomorrow. In meetings.
Really?
Yeah, we have our SCA board meeting here tomorrow.
Was that, did they invite all of us to that?
No.
Oh, that's not bad. Oh,
Just mayors.
nice.
So mayor protest.
I wouldn't be opposed of you having a few of the Seahawks come down there and, you know.
I'm trying to get the Seahawk Booster Club to be in the parade.
Oh,
We haven't worked out all of the
yeah.
details. Maybe
Nice.
we'll get some players, but I don't know yet.
Thank you, David.
Well, he gets my
Councilmember
vote.
Fairley?
I have nothing to that.
Thank you.
Just be quiet.
Councilmember Parker?
I have nothing.
You sure? Okay.
No reports from.
Councilmember Thomas? Public Works Director John Bielka?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you.
We've been attempting to keep busy. Some of the guys have been sick lately. Some flu is going around. We've only had 2 people actually show up today. But during the last couple of weeks, they have replaced 3 fire hydrants that have been inoperable. We've had to shut them down because the water was leaking out of the fire hydrants themselves. So we could have always turned them back on, but anyway, we've replaced 3 of them. We're going to take some surplus assets to Eli Auction here at the end of the week on Friday. There will be a hearing for the HADU. It'll be a staff hearing with the owner of the HADU on Friday at 10 a.m. So we're progressing on that. We still have some additional railings on the wetland project to install. Dirtworks Northwest had purchased some additional railings, and as soon as they get here, then we will get those installed. We have put together something that's called ArcGIS, and it's online. It's more up to date with the existing buildings the transfer station, hotel and so forth. And we can actually access it, make modifications to it. And I wanted to show you that tonight, but unfortunately our AV system wasn't quite working. But we'll have it up and running for next council meeting. We have plans to replace 1,900 feet of 6-inch AC water lines. This is May, June, and it'll be Seattle Boulevard, 2nd Avenue, and 3rd Avenue North between Main and Algona. We also have asphalt, an overlay will be conducted after that through a grant that we received with TIB. So it'll go right on top of where we are damaging any asphalt. Heating system in Dana's office and the server room have been nothing but problems. So we're finally going to get it fixed. It'll be about $14,000. Some of it is under warranty. And I still have to file a grant for $50,000 with the Department of Health. I have just some pictures of the fire hydrants and some of the assets that we're replacing. The water leak down at the bottom left-hand corner, that was near Wilson, what is the building, Art?
Wilson Art.
Wilson Art. Just a picture of the tour from the transfer station where Councilmember Parker attended. On the back of the page, it shows the water line replacement, and you'll have more details how we're going to do that, what material we're going to use, and we're planning on doing this ourselves. The only other thing is the Vector truck, really. We've, since June, we've used it 141 hours, almost 142 hours. And there was initial repair of $7,700 to get it back up and running. And we've spent about $1,700 in repair since July 1st. I think in essence, we have done quite well. If we would have had to bring in an outside Vector truck, we would have spent over $40,000. That's all I have. Thank you. I stand for any questions.
I got a couple for you. On our fire hydrants, is there like a maintenance replacement on them, or is this just replace as needed?
We have just replaced these ones. These are from 1960. So they've been in service for quite a while. Our plan is to exercise all of the fire hydrants in the next couple of months to make sure the rest are working. Some of these had bags over top, so we knew that they weren't working. So that's kind of the plan with the fire hydrants.
I know when I was on council before, we were talking about going through and, because they were all from 1950 and 60 and replacing them, and they were supposed to have started a replacement plan, but I don't know how far that ever made it.
We have maybe 3 other fire hydrants that are new sitting in our shop. So they're expensive. We plan on replacing the fire hydrants when we redo the water lines on 2nd and 3rd in Seattle.
Okay. Just wondered.
I got a quick question.
Are we allowed to ask questions?
Yeah, just introduce yourself.
Okay. Hi, I'm Cheryl Clark. How do you determine, what determines this area's being, are they the first to get the lines in, or what's the determination on that?
We have a grant from Transportation Improvement Board to repave those sections. And so we thought those ones are good sections to replace because we'll disturb some of the asphalt. But if we replace those first, then we'll just repave right over top.
Well, I guess I'm not asking the question correctly. So this is a fairly new area of Algona that you're doing, whereas over here is not. And so I guess my question is, if you're replacing, what's the necessity to do these lines here first?
So Transportation Improvement Board is giving us a grant for only those sections.
Only those
Correct.
Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense. Thank you.
I got a question. Department of Health, DOH,
Yes.
I must have missed it, and you kind of went right by it pretty quick. What are you submitting for $50,000?
It's for a study for water interties.
The interties?
Yeah.
Okay.
We've also got another application in with Senator Claire Wilson for $250,000. But we don't know if that'll get approved or not, unless Chief has heard anything.
Working on the budget this week. This is all budget week.
My final question is on the hearing at the Hadu. Is that, I mean, what are we expected to get out of that? Anything, or just another date down the road?
No, it's an unfit building, it's dangerous, and so we want to have, after we hear from the owner, Thomas Nelson, we'll review the data, and if it stands, it'll be, we'll sign off on getting it demoed. However, Mr. Nelson can then appeal it, and I think he has 30 days to appeal it, and if from a hearing examiner, and if that fails, then he can still go to court.
What about the land? If he still own the land, correct?
Yes, but we have fines accumulated over 120,000,
Okay.
and also the demo is going to be probably close to 100,000.
Is there a potential for this property to be forfeited to the city?
I think there's a potential if those charges will go against taxes on King County.
If I can interrupt for just a second. I have a memo prepared by our city attorney that is a closed memo just for city council's review. I've been sick, so I haven't been able to print that for you, but I will do that before you leave today. So it's an executive summary of what's going on.
Thank you.
Thanks, John.
Yep, thank you.
I just have one thing, John. Well, two things. I had a great time touring the facility with you. And also, on this water leak repair, how did you get the blue heron to stay there? Like, how did, because that was not like, picture, that was not, is this one photoshopped and all the other ones aren't, or is that a photoshopped one?
I don't know if you see where the transfer station is, just below, and then we also have the same heron.
Because I see the one next to me, that one doesn't look real, but I'm like, this one kind of looks real. I'm like,
does.
was it legit there? Like,
I got the picture from someone, you know, I don't know what happened.
okay. Well,
That
then,
was
see.
It's a Photoshop, yes.
Broke my heart. Okay. Well, that's good to know, because I was feeling a little impatient.
Well, did you see the picture at the back of it? There was one flying.
Flying it over, see, I could call that one out, I was like, okay, that's like not real. That was not real, the other one could be real. Thank you.
Chief Shrimpster?
All right. Well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to follow that. Here we go. Good evening, Council, Honorable Mayor. I started off my report tonight with the breakdown of the calls that we wrote official case reports on. That's the first line there. The biggest one, shocker, assist to Pacific, covering their road for them. Incident reports, just general incident reports for. You'll notice the criminal traffic. You'll also notice warrants, burglaries, theft, property crimes, civil problems, family disturbance, but again, 1, 2, maybe 3. But the most case reports we wrote were assisting the city of Pacific and the city of Pacific. That's the big takeaway from that bullet point. Community engagement. I'm sure the mayor's going to cover this as well, but I'm going to beam to the punch. We met with the Filipino American Society last week. Had a very productive meeting, and those of you that have been around a while remember we put regulations on their business license that require them to have quarterly meetings. They've had a change in leadership, and so we had our first quarterly meeting last week. Things that we discussed, terms of their business license, rules and expectations on events held in the facility. The mayor and I pretty much stood our ground on the rules and regulations that we have in place now, because they seem to be working as far as the community goes. and just ensuring alignment with city regulations while supporting their role in the community. And one of the other things that I didn't write on here, just because I hadn't done the research yet, that I promised them I would, talked about designating them in our emergency management plan as a evacuation site. It is the highest place, believe it or not, in the city of Algona, and maybe working with them, the Red Cross, about getting some upgrades to their parking lot. It's a fenced-in area, so that's one of the requirements for an evacuation point. And so, but I'll be looking into that with King County and FEMA and the Red Cross, and then I'll get back to them. Information and technology update. So, John talked a little bit about our technology woes. I met with part of our contract again is that Jessica and I meet with the IT service, lock systems, on a regular basis to discuss how the terms of our service is going. Today, what we discussed was this area here, and I'm working on something with, not just with them, but with another vendor to make sure that we have a solid streaming capability for in here. One of the things we noticed that some of the components are missing to be able for your monitors to work. Don't know where they went, but some of the components are missing. But anyway, we had a good discussion about that. The biggest discussion that I would ask you to pay attention to is by mid-June, the city will no longer have an on-site server. We'll be moving to the cloud, and there is going to be about a $2,000 cost associated with that, just to make sure that Jessica's finance system works and a few other things work. So when you see that come across, that's going to be part of the that. But the plans for Locke has for us is to move the whole entire city off of a physical server by June 15th. I made him give me a date today. Next item I have on my report is, over that. Last week I took part in the PCERN, which is the emergency radio network for King County. I was selected to be hire the new executive director. So basically it was 3 police chiefs, 3 fire chiefs, an elected council member, and an elected fire commissioner. We did 9 interviews last week. Lasted about an hour and a half each to find the new executive director. Out of those 9 interviews, we pushed 2 names forward. So I did that last week. Today, we finished our radio security upgrades. Those of you that like to listen online to Algona, if you do, or the scanner world, that's going away starting tomorrow. But there will be a channel, and I'll put that out on social media, where you can listen. It'll have a 30-second delay, and that's for tactical reasons, for lack of a better term. The other item I want to talk about, and we'll be doing, coming forward to you with a formal presentation, speed camera on West Valley. Now that we have a lot of construction getting completed on West Valley, I've been in talks with a speed camera company that does work in Woodinville, Redmond, Lake Forest Park, quite a few jurisdictions, Auburn even. They currently have sensors out there, seeing what the rates of speed are and those kind of things. And so I'll have some hard data for you moving forward when I do my presentation. But based on the way that I read the RCW, based on after my conversations with the company and the conversations with the city attorney, I feel the only place we could really put them would be on West Valley Highway, because that's where we have the traffic data as far as collisions and stuff, because we're a jurisdiction under 10,000. Does that make sense? Other than that, I'll stand for any questions. Yes, sir. Councilmember White.
The animal incident you have on your thing, is that dog that's by 2nd Avenue South?
The other night,
Well, he's gone. Nobody has seen him in about 2 or 3 weeks.
we did take that dog one more time. We had animal control come out, but that was been a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, so that's probably why he hasn't.
Probably right before the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So,
Yeah.
as part of your, sorry, as part of your
Say that again, sir.
Was Ellingson on your list?
So we share a lot of Ellingson, so we have that small portion. So like if we had a bigger portion of Ellingson, it would definitely be on the top of my list. But we only have for the railroad tracks to Pacific, and you know, if we were to get another portion of Ellingson, we'd be able to make a difference. But by the time they come over the railroad tracks, they'll be out of our cameras. So West Valley, though, I figure that's, you know, now that we've had a lot of road improvements, we have the traffic, we have fatalities on West Valley. We have, you know, it's 40 miles an hour, and we've clocked them there at 55 plus. So I think that's probably the place that we could utilize them. I don't want to be clear, these are not license plate reader cameras, these are speed cameras. They take pictures of cars with speed, that's it.
Now, so our neighboring jurisdictions are doing that too.
I have a question.
I think Miss Tingley was behind you,
Okay.
not to be,
go right ahead.
unfair.
See, I don't have eyes in the back of my head.
That's okay, neither do I. I don't have it in front of my head. I'm Kathy Tingley, I live down on 6th Avenue North. On your report on the crime stuff,
Uh-huh,
with that recent raid of
uh-huh,
that house,
yep.
I mean, being that we live right across the street.
Yeah, so
Terry and I
you-
kinda touched on
Yeah,
it, but
you missed last council meeting, that was the
I was busy.
yeah, that was the FBI and Homeland Security.
Okay,
And about 6 months ago, they also did a search warrant, they did a search warrant 6 months ago.
right.
And then the one recently was, hey, we found evidence during the search warrant, so we came back and did an arrest warrant. So it was actually the same case, they just did it. And if you get to subscribe to the Tacoma News Tribune, and I could send you the article, but it was part of a bigger roundup done by Homeland Security and the FBI over drugs and guns.
Okay, those people are gone now?
No, they still live there, but one person is gone that was arrested the other day when they came back.
Okay, so do
And
we still
he was
need to-
charged with trafficking in firearms, trafficking in illegal drugs,
Mhm.
intent to sell illegal drugs to an undercover agent. So he had about 4 charges, and I did not check this week, but he was still in last week.
Okay, so do we need to worry? I mean.
In my
we live across-
opinion, no. I think that matter has resolved itself, and I don't see that person coming back. But it is a valid concern.
Yeah, living right there and
Mm-hmm.
having that area open up in back of us, it worries me a lot. We have a lot of cameras, but.
Yeah. Other than bringing 2 Seattle police cars down here, the Homeland Security and the FBI agents were very. We worked with them. They didn't. It wasn't something they just showed up and did. They gave us a heads up. We worked with them the best we could. I just wish they hadn't brought Seattle cars with them, but other than that, it's all good.
Yeah, you guys all help each other.
Yeah.
Nobody thinks twice about it. You guys were there, that's all that matters, so.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, well, I was just worried about that because I
No.
knew there'd been 2 raids on it
Right.
and.
And it's just the way the federal system works. The first one was a search warrant. Okay, we've got our investigation done. Now we got to go back and get an arrest warrant. And they got an arrest warrant, went back and arrested the person. Whereas we would have done everything at once.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll be trapped in there, because we only have one way in and out. I mean, literally,
Right.
we're stuck if anything goes down, so. Just kind of like to know what's going on,
Sure.
there's a lot going on there that day, so,
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
On those, how often are they calibrated? Do you
On
calibrate
the cameras.
Yeah.
So I assume, based on the sales pitch I got, that they would be calibrated on a monthly basis.
On a monthly basis, and how do they do that? On-site, off-site?
They have to,
Switch of
they have to
the
do it,
switch?
they have to do it electronically, so I would assume offsite. So it's a very good question, but like I said, we're just in the initial phases of this, and we're kind of limited in vendors because the King County courts, because that's who we use, they drive, hey, there's only a certain list of
vendors that you can use that we will accept their technology. Because there's a billion camera companies out there. So, but there's a very few lists. This company I'm very confident with because I did call Redmond, Kirkland, Lake Forest Park, Woodinville. I called and got references, and they've been working. And I also called the district court and asked them, out of the 5 companies that you use, which one do you like the best?
Thank you.
Yep. Yes, ma'am.
So, okay, so they're just cameras right now, right, to pull the data?
They're just sensors right now. Yes.
Can we get one of those for Algona Boulevard?
So there's an RCW that defines where you can put them, and you have to have traffic data, like fatality traffic data to back up, and it's based off your size of your jurisdiction. So like here, we qualify for 2 cameras based on the RCW, and you have to be able to prove the need essentially, but there's really stringent requirement. And like I said, I'm gonna do a presentation for you guys, including the RCW. I'm just wanting to give you guys a heads up. This is coming down the pipe. I've been doing the research. I know that once all the construction's done on West Valley, the hotel is gonna be traffic. You know, we're gonna have, the condos going in there, the apartments going in there. You know, our development's gonna be there. And that's where people, and right now, as Councilmember Thomas knows when he comes home, people speed there. Our fatalities, our last 3 fatality accidents have been on West Valley.
So this would be like the one of 2. West Valley is the primary one now?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Thank you.
But I would say 2 would be if we had a little bit longer patch of Ellington, because that's where our other fatality accident is. And I think there would be a greater need. I agree with you. It's just, we don't own much of that real estate, and I have not broached the camera company about how much real estate you actually need. But I can do that if you want me to.
I'm sure you'll get that data.
Great questions.
Jessica.
All right, I'm gonna try to be brief because I'm still struggling. I printed off the memo for you, thank you for grabbing that data. And it's confidential attorney-client communication, not for public disclosure. So just keep that in mind, please review it and be ready. There's a draft motion for next council meeting for council to consider. So I'm gonna ask everyone to take one, including the mayor, and pass it down. And then while you're doing that, we just had our junior ambassadors meeting, and they are going to host a family game night Friday, March 13th, here in the community center. It's family friendly. There'll be board games. We'll have the Wii out and the foosball table. So it'll be a good time. They're gonna actually do a concession stand too for it. Yeah, they're really excited.
Dunk tank for the mayor?
That would be awesome.
It's my birthday.
It's his birthday.
Well, the dunk tank is appropriate then.
Appropriate. Yeah, that'd be 70, that'd be great.
Last chance for the Parks, Rec, and Open Space Plan Survey. So if you haven't yet, please, the QR code is available down in the lobby. We have 3 boards set up down there, so if you haven't yet, we'd love to get your input. You can take a sticky and just, if there's a park that is missing a bench and you want a bench in there, you just put it on a sticky and put it on the park picture. There's also a QR code. You can take a picture of it and take the survey. Right now we're at 64, 65 surveys filled out. So yeah, that will get pulled on Wednesday, so a couple more days left. And then the last thing is we should be wrapping up the state audit in the next couple weeks. We have everything sent off to them and they're just doing their last reviews and hopefully be done soon.
Thank you, Jessica. I was fortunate today to attend a meeting with the King County Executive. I'm on the SCA Executive Board. SCA is Sound Cities Association, and there's 39 cities in King County. And the Sound Cities Association represents 38 of the cities. The 38 cities compared to Seattle have 56% of the population. So we work together as those 3 cities. Today, we've been trying to get together with the King County Executive for many years, and the new King County Executive us now, so we had our opening meeting today. Introduction, and we had shared goals at the meeting. We wanted to have understanding his vision for city and our community engagement. We identified possible shared work for the coming year. We talked about regional transit safety. KCRHA is King County Regional Housing Authority. I can tell you that it's going to be completely broken down and rebuilt because what they have now does not work. And he was very clear about that. We talked about potential new taxes and levies. Big conversation was for rural roads in King County, you know, because King County's got to take care of the rural roads too. And even though we can take care of our own, but those need to be taken care of. And we talked about King County Metro. Some pretty interesting conversation here. Other than that, I was on vacation for the last week, so I don't have a lot to add. I will be flying to Nashville on Wednesday. I was nominated and elected to the RMSA Board of Directors. And RMSA is the insurance company that insures most of the cities in the state of Washington. So there's 281 cities in the state. So I'm going there for some fiduciary training. And then other than that, I'll be back for a couple weeks, and then my wife and I are gonna take some vacation to
Nope.
New York City.
Can't.
Actually, that's all I have. Did you guys have a comment back? Okay, good. All right. Thanks. Let's move on to audience participation. The city council encourages public participation during meetings of the city council and welcomes your comments. This time is set aside for you to speak to the city council on any issue. The council ordinarily takes non-agenda matters under advisement before taking action. You are also invited to comment on the action items as they are considered during the meeting. Individual speakers will be limited to 3 minutes each in addressing the city council. When addressing the council, please speak clearly, audibly, and state your name and address for the record.
What are you looking at me for?
I'm looking at everybody. There's nobody else to look at. Yes, ma'am.
Are you closing up, is that what I'm understanding, or are we still gonna continue? Oh, okay.
No, this is just an opportunity for people to have.
Because I would hear primarily to talk about the water bill.
You can talk about that because it's going to be up for discussion. And
Yeah.
you're welcome to raise your hand and
That's today, right?
yes.
Oh, thank you. Did you read this?
So that'll come up. That'll go one line item is off the top of my head. It'll be actually ordinances and resolutions will be up for a vote. So I'll ask for the questions, and you can ask a question at that time.
Okay.
Okay? So anybody else got anything you want to ask at this time? No? Let's move on to discussion items. Item A is South County Area Transportation Board Agreement.
Any questions on this since our first review? Nothing's changed. Sorry, I'm gonna be very brief tonight.
That's it for discussion
That's
items.
it.
That's it, wow. So we have no new business, old business. Item A is Olympic Environmental Resources Agreement. 2026 Planning Commission Work Plan.
Make a motion to approve the 2026 Planning Commission work plan.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the 2026 Planning Commission Work Plan. Are there any questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay.
Can't vote for this.
Item C is Department of Commerce Grant Agreement.
Make a motion we approve, the mayor's execution of the new Department of Commerce grant agreement for the North Side Flood Reduction Project.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second to approve the Department of Commerce Grant Agreement. Is there any questions?
Nothing has changed on this, right?
Nothing's changed.
All in
I
favor
read
say
it,
aye.
I didn't see nothing, so.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Ordinance and resolutions. Resolution number 1306-26, admin vehicle surplus.
I'll make a motion we approve resolution 1306-26.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to approve resolution 1306-26, administrative vehicle surplus. Any questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Just a second, yeah.
I guess,
Ordinance number 1270-26, utility rates.
All right, so this time around, excuse me, at the last meeting, there was a request to see a ordinance prepared for just a single year rate increase instead of the 3-year projection that has been previously presented. Both versions are available in front of you. Rates haven't changed for that first year. It's still the, make sure I tell you right, 12% for water, 10.74% for sewer, and 11% for storm for 2026. Are there any questions beyond that? You'll see I wrote the motion where you can decide which, the 1 year or the 3 year. We did write this to be effective for March 1st. If for some reason it doesn't get passed tonight, we can adjust the start date too.
Did you have a question about the utility rates?
well, I wanted to be involved in the discussion before you set it up that you're getting ready to pass, which doesn't seem to be what's gonna happen.
Yeah, because we started this 3 meetings ago.
Yeah, I had just gotten notice of it, so that it was supposed to be discussed here. That's not your fault, that,
No.
whatever happened.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah, so how can I get a copy of this?
That's
Or
your,
just the water, oh, this is mine. Okay,
What was your
awesome.
concern about that?
Well, I just am concerned because I pay almost $146 a month.
145.92.
Pardon me?
145.92, I just
Yeah.
wrote the check.
That is correct. Yes. And, now it's proposed to be raised again. And I would submit that you do a 3-year, because if you do a 1 year, you're gonna raise it every year for 3 years. So, I'd like to put that little input in there. I just, what was the justification for this raise that you just did?
well, first of all, King County is raising its sewer rate 16%.
I want to say this year it was 9?
Or 9%, eventually it's gonna be 16%.
Yeah.
It's going up every, so that's just the sewer rate.
That's huge, yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's just
that's-
huge, so
What happened to
that's-
the days where they couldn't raise it past 10%? Are those days are gone here? So I must be living back in the sixties.
And Auburn's raising the water, how much?
Do you remember what that study said?
No, I'm sorry, I don't, but the
So we hired FCS, they're John, can you explain?
yeah, so we did a rate study and they reviewed all the rates for the different jurisdiction. And actually, on the last page, there's a copy of all the jurisdiction, what they're currently paying. And the rate study looked at what, all the work that we have to do within the city. For example, we have 32,000 feet of asbestos cement water lines that have been there since 1960 that need to be replaced. And we can only afford to do maybe 2,000 feet a year if we do the work ourselves. So there's a lot of work that has to be done. We have to increase our water line sizes, and we have to buy storage, additional storage from maybe Auburn or Pacific or Lake Haven, another jurisdiction, which costs us another $1 million, for example. And there's been a lot of deferred maintenance on some of this stuff, and that's what that money is going to get used for.
Auburn wanted $1 million. We have to have, it was an extra 275,000 gallons of backup. And Auburn wants us to pay them $1 million upfront before they build the new storage system.
In case we have a fire, they call it fire
Yeah,
flow.
sure, sure. We kind of are holding us hostage in that respect.
I don't disagree with you. I look at it the same way because I'm on a fixed income just like the rest of you are. And when we first initially looked at this, 2031, you had a monthly rate of $294. So we're doing everything we can to knock it down. We knocked down, this first year we knocked it down.
Yeah, they wanted 20, our rate study group wanted to see us raise it by 20 to 26% in each utility. And so we managed to get it down to half.
Pacific right now, 2026 is charging $213 a month.
Yeah, I knew they were higher.
Yeah.
It went from 181 to 200 and what?
13.
Good Jesus.
Yes, ma'am.
So the meter reading, this is what kind of boggles me. The meter reading, if what you're using goes up or down, well, you may see it go up. So is that meter reading means nothing to what the utility costs? Because you say a family down the street has 8 people. They do 10 loads of laundry a day, everybody takes a shower, and then you got 2 senior citizens that are using not even a
They're
quarter.
gonna pay a substantial amount more in water meter, for their water than what you're gonna pay.
Because I know families within the city that have larger families.
Right, and they
their
pay-
water bill is, our water bill's right up there with them.
Well, they should be higher than that. Because when you hit a minimum,
Yeah, so the base rate includes 4 units. And so if you go beyond that 4 units, each additional unit is $3.49
Plus tax.
So,
But the usage rate, you decreased the usage rate on this bill, right? Didn't it used to be 500 or 5? Now it's 4?
I'm not following.
Well,
The units.
we charged a base rate for usage, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
for 4 units.
So if you lower the usage rate
Oh, I see.
and increase we're
The
getting,
base.
it's like putting, the same price on a lower box of Cheerios. So my question is, was the usage rate was lowered?
It hasn't been lowered, and I feel like that's pretty.
It wasn't?
I don't remember, I've always seen it at
Yeah.
4 units is the way we've always done it
I
since
saw
I
5 today.
I don't remember anything different to you, Bill.
Back in 96, it might have been 5, but
I haven't seen 4 for years.
yeah.
That's,
The reason why we changed it to a 1-year study we had, they were going 20, 12, 16 or whatever, and we were afraid to lock it in at that higher rate and then it not be necessary, if you know what I mean. Because if we do a 3-year, whatever, those rates are already in there and they're way higher than what we are 1 year. So if we went for 3 years, at the end of the 3 years, we would be paying almost $200 a month. So us as a council decided that let's do 1 year and see how close Jessica's numbers are and see if we can keep it lower. Because if we just go by the rate study and go for the 3 years, which was, okay, then everybody knows for 3 years what it's gonna be, rather than every year changing it, we just thought it might be better to spend 1 year and go, okay, we're pretty much on board, and then we could go for a longer term, and then people would know what it's coming. But this is all new, like John was saying, we got all this deferred maintenance that we're trying to catch up on, and you know, every time you add a new house, you have to add, you know, larger pipe for more capacity, and you know, we are actually building into town now, so.
King County doesn't absorb any of that cost structure at all?
No, they just charge us.
No, we do. We absorb it. They don't absorb it.
For King County?
Yeah.
Well, that seems a little bass-ackwards.
So with the new ADU units coming online, we also have to increase our water lines to supply water to them too. And sewer lines and storm
And
drains.
there's senior programs linked for your water bill too. There's senior programs for your utilities. Use that. That's something, I guess, getting older, you have something to, you break your bones a lot easier.
We don't get any help from King County.
That doesn't change. King County
Any other questions?
moves at 6 years.
We said, do you have void alerts on your phone? VOYENT?
No.
And it's a free service that we pay
Oh,
for.
the emergency one or?
Yeah, but
No,
not only
in
that,
fact, I
but
was talking to my sister about it
And-
tonight on the way
and,
over there.
Jessica puts out the council meeting stuff on it.
The packets.
The packets come right on it. You can get all that packet that you have right there
Oh,
comes
it's
on
in
your
this?
phone. Yeah.
No, you can get it on your phones, what the mayor's saying.
Yeah. that
We
was-
send it out with that alert as an attachment.
Right.
It's a
so-
link to our website.
So
My
how would I
point
get
is,
them?
it gives you an opportunity to look before we have a council meeting and see what we're talking about.
And how do I get that on my phone?
Just go to the App Store, and it's VOYENT.
VOI,
VOYENT.
ENT says.
I believe the council packs are also on the website.
It is.
Council packages, those are on our website.
Okay.
I think Dana puts them on, right?
No, Julie does.
Julie, sorry.
Staff does.
I don't think that we can get to that much on there. Like, on Facebook, we don't have any social media.
No,
Facebook, Instagram, any of that.
Right.
So
We
is
don't
all
put-
that on Voyant?
All that, the voids, I don't have my phone, but.
Yeah, we've got
Add
the
the council
Voyant.
package to the void.
I send a void alert, excuse me, the Friday before council, and it's a link to our website. And if you click that link, it'll take you right to the page that has all the packets from the next
Not
meeting.
Facebook, though. 'cause
No,
I can't
No,
Facebook.
just void, you have void, right?
We have the
Yeah, so
Voyant.
yeah, just follow, like she says, there's a link on there, and it takes you right to the council package.
Okay, so no
Did you
Facebook
just
or
click on
nothing.
that link?
Okay.
And
Right.
that does the emergency alerts as well?
Yeah.
Yep.
so
Correct.
I don't
So-
do social
I don't
media.
know.
Watch
It's
it.
free,
Yeah.
and there's a lot, and there's other information on there too, so we don't abuse it, because it. Any other questions or comments? Have a motion, please.
Yes, I make a motion to approve ordinance 1270-26 with the 1-year rates
and a second to approve ordinance number 1270-26, utility rates with a 1-year, did you say option? Schedule option. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Thank you. Anything for the good of the order? Any other questions from out you guys? Thank you. Thank you very much for coming.
What's that?
Thank you, this was enjoyable.
Next workshop, John,
Every week.
before you guys, one more thing before you guys go. Next workshop,
John.
Next workshop,
Yes,
John's got a thing and then the chief was gonna do something, right? Next workshop?
you're gonna try to do both, chief? The-
Nah, let John go first.
Okay.
I wanna make sure I have a chance to go through all that data
All right.
before and break it down.
When are you turned?